Welcome, everybody. This is about virtual horse breeding, actually. There's lots of different ways you can make money in the exploding world of virtual horse racing. One is completely passive, where you don't have to do anything. Another one is where you get the excitement of naming your own foals, racing your own virtual racehorses, breeding your own virtual racehorses, generating income in several different ways. And you get consultation for a year if you own your own stable. And there's two different levels of stables that you can own. The place that we're going to be participating is a place called Photo Finish Live. It's because they have developed an absolute brilliant breeding program. We're not affiliated with them in any way other than we play their game. Our stable is called the 360 Win stable. I'll show it to you in a minute. This particular horse is called Ace Honey. Its mama's name was Mexican Honey, and its dad's name was Ace King. They combined to produce this horse named Ace Honey on May the 6th. It was born on May the 6th. On August the 26th, 11 days from now, it's going to be given birth to a brand new foal of its own, which makes Mexican Honey a grandma again. Mexican Honey's been a grandma before already because she's 7 right now. This horse, though, is just 3. Every 4 weeks, horse gains a year in age. From 0 to 2, there's nothing to do. But at 2-year-old, at age of 2, you can start racing them. And at the age of 3, if you want to, you can retire them. You can race them from age 2 all the way up to age 8, and you can breed them from age 3. If it's a female broodmare, you can breed them from age 3 all the way up to age 24. And every 4 weeks, this horse is going to give birth to a brand new foal. This particular time, her first time out, we bred her with a horse called Cyber Azuki. This is Cyber Azuki, same grade as she is, so it's going to produce the same grade. 2 S's are almost always going to produce an S, unless they're both positive breeders by enough, which I'll explain in a minute. Well, these are things that we know that we can share and help with you. What's a positive breeder? How do you breed positive horses that might produce, for example, S plus horses? It's the next grade up, which here's Jacko Boy. Jacko Boy is 7, but he's only been studying out for 4 seasons so far. And in that 4 seasons time, he's earned 587,000 plus Derby dollars, which is equivalent to about $7,300, almost $7,400. But we've also bred him ourselves. All these NAs are where we in-house bred him with our own, saving us a lot of money. So the total amount that this horse has produced in the 4 years, the 4 seasons that it's been producing, which is 16 weeks, is over well over $11,000. Just this one horse that we had birth. So it gives you an idea that there's quite a bit of money in these. Female horses are generally worth 2.5 times what a male horse is worth because they can give birth to brand new horses. But there's a thing called a stud barn that you can go to, and you can pick out any type of horse that you were looking for. There's filters where you can filter out the kind you're looking for, pick the perfect stud. I actually have access to some software, some proprietary software that not everybody has access to. You got to know somebody, which I do. And I have access that helps me pick the absolute perfect stud each time for each one of our brood mares. So we can breed what I call breed up, breed better than we start with, which is where you come in. Your stable, if you purchase one of the 2 stables, comes with 2 brood mares, and both of them are pregnant with foals that are more valuable than they are. They're bred up. In the case of the $375 stable, which is really a $500 stable, we're just discounting it for right now, you get 2 pregnant brood mares that are going to give birth to S grade foals. They're S minus brood mares, but they're going to give birth to S grade foals. Whoops, let's go back to our stable. This grade of foal right here, which produced Jacko Boy, by the way, made $11,000 in just 4 months, less than 4 months, 28 weeks. Okay, there's money to be made racing. There's money to be made in other ways with virtual horse racing and with Photo Finish Live, but I like low-hanging fruit. And by far the easiest way is just to produce more horses and sell them or race them or breed them if they're a male. there's lots of different ways to make money. We have, if for those who are looking for a passive income, what we do is we start what's called a syndicate stable. We take the money that's put into the people who want to be in the syndicate stable. We buy horses with it, put it in there, breed them, and have babies and grow that stable. The formula for payouts are as follows. Every 4 weeks on a Monday, it's what's called foal day. That's when all your brand new foals are born. We're going to take the value of those brand new foals, subtract the cost to breed next season's brood mares, and then take 40% of that net amount. And that's the amount of horses we need to sell so we can cash in. We're going to cash in and we're going to grow our stable. The other 60% is used to grow our stable and make it even bigger. And as I gave an example with Ace Honey, on May the 6th, Ace Honey was born. And on August 26th, she's going to give birth to her first foal. That quick. She had a short racing career. She only raced 9 times, but she finished on the podium 6 of those 9 times, winning 3 of those races. So she's a fairly decently fast. She has a 72 fleet figure for an average fleet figure, and she's got 8 stars, which, by the way, our stable has a standard of a minimum of 7 stars. So we only have quality horses. 7 stars is a very high grade horse. In fact, if you go to the marketplace, you'll see. Let's just go there and let's look around for just a second and show you that not very many horses have 7 stars, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stars. There's just a few here or there that'll have 7 stars. Yet in our stable, almost every single horse has 7 stars or more because we have standards and we're really good at breeding up in value. There's 4 things to breed for. We breed for all 4 of those things. And we can teach you how to do that as well. You'll own your own stable. You'll get 2 brood mares to start with. It's 50-50, whether it's a colt or if it's a filly. If it's a colt, you probably going to want to race it and then sell it. If it's a filly, you probably want to keep it and use it to breed more. Because like I said, in just 3 months and 20 days, you got a brand new horse, a grandbaby from your first brood mare. This is a remarkable way of making money, in my opinion, just breeding horses, because you don't have to worry about sickness. There's no miscarriages. There's no problems. Every single time you get a horse, what you don't know for sure is what that horse's value is going to be, how many stars it's going to have, what's its grade going to be, not until foal day. So foal day is kind of an exciting day where you get to uncover and see just exactly what was born into your stable. You get to name all the new foals. If you own your stable, you get to pick your silks, design your own silks, race your own horses, and we will help you breed with the right studs to make sure you get the best foals possible. Okay, let me arrange it so everybody can ask questions. Just a second. For some reason, I got to do this manually. I've already unmuted you or muted you, and you'd like, just go ahead and unmute, ask anything you'd like. All right, I think I got everybody.
So, on Apple phones, they won't let you download this photo finish.
Huh.
They only have Rival Star Horse Racing.
It's photofinish.live, not .com.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm doing it wrong then.
Yeah, photofinish.live. My fault, not yours. I should have said that. And there are some states where it's not legal to race your horses, and some states where it is. That's why being a part of the syndicate stable is a good idea, because we'll race them for you. We're in a jurisdiction where it's allowed. Okay, anybody have a question?
So for Texas, is it best to do a syndicate because of Texas and its weirdness?
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Because so like I'm in Texas, would it be better to do a syndicate in Texas?
I think I could double check and make sure, but I think Texas is okay. I think you're allowed to race in Texas, but I'll double check for you.
All right, I'm in South Carolina.
I'm not sure about South Carolina. I'll have to double check, but that one may be one that you can't. There's a list. Let's see if we can find that list on Photo Finish. There's a list that they've got. Let's go to home. By the way, you could the races that you get to watch are in 3D. It's pretty incredible. Here's a race going on right now. What it looks like. Tells you where all the horses are by number down here. So you can see if your horse is the 4 horse where it is. And it gives you the top 6 over here, what their odds are. 200 meters to go. There's a line of them trying to win this thing. All right, we were looking for what states are which. And I think that's going to be in support, probably. Frequently asked questions. That's probably where it is. No, horses cannot get injured. Oh, wait, yes, they can. If you race a horse where it's not quite recovered, has a chance of getting injured. I've never injured a horse because I've never raced a horse in recovery. How's betting work? How do I find my order? How do I stake? How long? Oops. You can get into the syndicate stable, by the way, for as little as $75 a position. That gets you $75 worth of all the horses that are in there. So you make a collective income from them. And again, the formula that we use is we take the value of the foals, subtract the cost to breed next seasons, and then take 40% of that and pay out. And the rest we let grow the stable. Where can I play? Here you go. Does it have a list of states? I don't see it. I guess you got to click here. Here we go. Let's see. Stakes racing and spectacular wagering. Stakes racing only. Free. All right. So if you're in the gray area, which is South Carolina, that's why I didn't think it was South Carolina. If you're in the gray one, you can't race. So South Carolina, Florida, Texas is okay. Louisiana, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Iowa, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Maryland. That's Connecticut. And is that New Hampshire or Vermont? Oregon and Montana are the states that you cannot race in. So if you live in any of those states, you're going to want to be a part of the syndicate stable. Every other state, you're okay. The green states, you can even wager if you wanted to. If you live in one of the green states, you can wager on the races. But you can race if you're in the and play the game if you're in the orange one. Buy, sell horses, breed horses, race them, everything. All right. Anybody else got a question? You have after this to send us an email to support at where? virtualhorsebreeding.com, which is where our site is.
I had a question. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Apparently I missed the whole meeting. I don't know why. But are you going to send out a replay or something?
Yeah, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. And,
Oh, okay.
And I'll post, where can I post that so you find it? Oh, they're sending out an email afterwards to everybody and you'll get it there.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
All right, anybody else?
So now the syndicate, you pay A one-time fee of $75?
And you would own one position in that stable, correct?
So you, for each $75 you pay, you own a position.
Correct, exactly. A part of that stable.
So you could buy more than one.
Yes,
Okay.
they're in $75 increments. And if you go to virtualhorsebreeding.com, and let me get this out of the way real quick. My mouse is slow. Scroll down toward the bottom, it brings up the plans and where you can purchase your stables. These are the two different stables, and the third one over is syndicate position. Just click on buy now, and it'll take you to the mall where you can purchase for $75. Just change this to the number that you want to purchase. So if you wanted 4, just change that to 4, add the cart, check out.
So do you get to pick which syndicate you want to be in, or does it just randomly put
there-
you in one?
There's just one syndicate stable, and all the horses that people purchase for positions in that stable will belong in that one stable. So everybody will share an equal amount depending on how many positions they have. It's actually literally a bit better than owning your own stable because it's being mastered for you by someone who knows what they're doing, evidently, because we built up a $2.2 million stable from $275,000 to start with, and that was less than a year to do that. So we've got some credibility under our belt at this point. We're respected in the industry, so it's easy to sell horses, and we're bringing in people to buy horses all the time as well ourselves. So it's a fun, lucrative way to make some money at home, pretty quick and easy. By the way, each one of these horses are bred such that they give birth to a horse that's more valuable than they are. Whoever's child is, can we mute, please? We don't hear that in the background. Thank you. Appreciate that. So let me repeat that. Every horse that's pregnant, you get a pregnant broodmare, which you literally you get 2 pregnant broodmares when you purchase either one of the stables. And so that's literally you're getting 4 horses. So you get 2 pregnant broodmares that give birth every 4 weeks to another foal. It should be 50-50 male female, which is why you get 2. You should get 1 male, 1 female. Females are worth about 2.5 times what a male's worth because they breed more horses. So you sell the colt, keep the brood mare. 3 months later, she's given birth to her own foals. And you just keep growing from there. It can be extremely lucrative. Like I said, we turned 275,000 into 2.2 million less than a year. Any other questions?
How many people are in the syndicate?
Nobody yet. Nobody's purchased a single position yet.
So how, okay, it's a syndicate, but there's nobody's purchased anything. So how many horses or what is in it to where you start racing in all?
I haven't told anybody, but I'm putting 2 pregnant broodmares in it to start with. So even before anybody buys a position, that'll be there. But we have a deadline of 4 weeks after the 26th of August, which is like September 22nd, I think, something like that. That's our deadline. We'll stop selling positions in the syndicate stable at that point and purchase all the horses that's going to go in it from the positions that were purchased. And they'll all be pregnant broodmares too. We're only going to purchase pregnant broodmares. It'll be full of pregnant broodmares.
So you're starting out with no horses. You're putting 2 pregnant mares in it. So it will be how long before you start racing or what with it?
We go through those numbers again. We're going to cease selling positions in the syndicate stable on full day of September, which I think is the 22nd. It's right around the 22nd. That's when we'll stop. All the money we collected from selling positions will go to purchasing pregnant broodmares that go into the stable.
Okay.
4 weeks after that, they all give birth, and they should all give birth to horses that are more valuable than the total amount that we already have in the stable. We should more than double our stable's value with that first birth. We'll take the cost to breed all our pregnant broodmares again, and then we'll take 40% of whatever's left over, and that's how much we'll sell our how many horses we'll sell. So we collect that amount of money, and everybody gets paid out that amount. And the other 60% will be used to grow our stable, make it bigger.
Okay.
Any other questions? Those are good questions, by the way.
Yes, I probably sound very money focused, but I really, you maybe mentioned this already, but how much are we paying actual, like, do we choose the phone or do you choose one for us? How much do we pay for it? And after we pay for it, like, do you just give us updates on the horse and how the horse is doing? How does that work again?
If you purchase your own stable, you'll need to open an account with Photo Finish Live, and then we'll put the two pregnant broodmares in your stable, and we're available to you every single day. All you got to do is reach out to us within 24, unless it's a weekend, maybe 48 hours at the most. We will answer any query that you have and help guide you. If you want help picking the right stud, if you need help how to sell your horse, whatever help you need, you get that help for a full year for owning your stable. Hopefully by the time a year's over, you'll know enough to be able to take care of things yourself. If you're part of the syndicate stable, you don't have to do anything except watch our horses race and cheer for them if you want to, and get paid. That's it. We do the rest.
And so when you say stable, you mean the physical stable or one, what? I'm not sure. I don't
It's a
even care.
virtual, it's a virtual,
Virtual.
it's a virtual stable that houses the horses that we own.
Got it.
So how much does it cost to have your own stable?
It's $175 if you want the starter stable, and it's a really good discounted amount down to $375 if you want the top stable. If you purchase the top stable, you get 2 pregnant broodmares that are going to give birth to S-grade foals, which is worth much more than the broodmares that give birth to them.
So I know you can't give it exact figures, but guesstimate how much do you win on a race, and then how much would, say, the members of the syndicate make? Do you race once a day, twice a day, or how does that work?
There are stables out there who are really good at racing. They've got a lot of horses, and they put horses into some of these qualifiers and big races at the end of the season. My goal on racing is to break even. What I want to do is show each horse's speed, so they have a value if I want to sell them, or they have a value if I want someone to breed with them. So I focus on getting the highest speed rating I can and making money. I just want to cover that 20% rake. There's a 20% rake they take on racing. So if I can cover that, which I have so far, the 360 Win stable has actually made money. Let's go check real quick. It keeps track of everything. We'll go to my stable. Click on stable stats. And as you can see, despite a 20% rake, we're the plus. That's positive 36,000 Derby dollars that we've won in our lifetime racing. So I've accomplished my goal. I wanted to break even, at least trying to get all our horses with high fleet figures so that we could have the most value, whether studying or selling these horses. And I've accomplished that. But there are places out there, stables out there, who like to make money in racing. I just wasn't one of them. I want to make our money with breeding, because that's the low hanging fruit. We take one asset, pay a little bit of money to another, and to get it pregnant with a third asset that's born in 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks, that happens over and over and over. That's just remarkable to me that you can, just to give you an example, since it was 50-50, you start off with 2 brood mares. In 3 months, you should have, instead of giving birth to 2, giving birth to 3. In 4 months, 4. In 5 months, 5. In 6 months, 7. So you see it grows. It keeps growing faster and faster. In 8 months, 9. In 9 months, 12. So you're getting a lot more horses if you keep the fillies and sell the colts, which is what we're going to do as the syndicate stable, and just keep growing your stable, having more and more horses, especially if you do like we're going to do, which is breed up, breed higher value than the brood mares are each time. Anything else?
Okay. Yep. I breed real horses myself, and also I understand what you're talking about breeding up and all. So basically, you're saying we as syndicate members wouldn't get a payout until the babies were sold.
Correct. Every 4
What?
weeks they'll be born, and we'll start figuring out which ones we want to sell at that point and put them up for sale and start selling them immediately. Once they're sold, we'll make the payouts.
Okay, so what does one normally sell for?
Depends. There's quite a few things that it depends on. Let's go to the marketplace. Well, let's just go to our horses and show you. An S minus horse, for example, we'll start at the top, S plus. S plus is not the very top any longer. They've breeded a horse higher than S plus. It's called a double S negative. So that's now currently the highest. There's not very many of those. In fact, if you go to the breeding market, they put them in order of grade. There's only one on the market right now. And it's selling at stud service for $120,000 Derby dollars for just one time breeding with this horse, because it's so high in value. The real top is actually S plus, because there's a few of those, but it's really rare to have a double S minus. We're getting close to getting a double S minus ourselves. The next is S plus, and these depend on whether they're and these are not prices to buy, but prices to breed with. The price on these depend on if they're a male or a female. Let's go find out what they're worth. There's a place that will actually tell you exactly what they're worth based on sales. We'll go with females. And an S plus, average sale price is 552,000 Derby. 330,000 is the median. And normally you can go more by the median than the average, because the average is skewed by a fact that somebody paid 3 million Derby for one, for whatever reason. But the median isn't. It's not skewed by anything. So about 300,000 for that. It drops all the way down to 60,000 for an S grade. So you can see what 1/5 as much, and then even drops even more down to an S grade to 37,000.
Okay, so what is a Derby dollar compared to an actual dollar?
80 Derby dollars equals $1 US. So you would divide these numbers by 80 and you get the US dollar amount.
Okay.
All right, I'm going back to the other one.
I'm sorry, somebody else say something? I didn't get that. All right, are there any other questions? Let us know if there are later. Thank you, everyone.
Can you do a syndicate and a stable at the same time?
Yes, you sure can.
Okay.
And you can start off in the syndicate stable and later on decide you want to buy your own stable.
Okay.
After you got a feel for it.
Yeah, that's the only thing is getting a feel for it, because it's the same thing as running. Granted, I play like video games left and right, but I do like the RPG stuff, so it's very, very similar.
Yeah, this gets kind of addictive too after you start watching your horses and start being able to name your horses. It kind of gets exciting.
I get 6 days off a week when I travel. I might have a lot of downtime.
Cool. Okay, thank you, everybody. Take care.